start where the road ends.
Steeped in nostalgia, about 100 tradition-bound side-by-side gun owners turned to this event, an Upper Midwest classic side-by-side rendezvous at Medford Rifle Club in north central Wisconsin. After the event's founders in Channing, Michigan, were forced to cancel it after 13 years, the Medford Club's 44 members agreed to take it on.
There's a lot of vendors around here that have the old vintage shotguns. That's the big thing. And we got some that got side-by-side rifles. And the people from Wausau and surrounding areas there wanted someplace to go shoot their side-by-sides.
Where are they coming from?
Basically all over the United States. We have as far away as Texas, Washington, New Jersey, Pennsylvania. The bulk of them are closer here: Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota.
Classic side-by-sides collector and restorer Mark Beaslin said most side-by-side owners are hunters who get into these artistic, finely built firearms for historical and investment purposes.
It's kind of a celebration of double-barrel shotguns. It's more of a get-together than a competition. Guys that, I have the same interest, get together, shoot together, have fun. A lot of socialization goes on. Just kind of and that's why they call it a classic and not a championship. They come from all over the country to display and sell their goods. And then we get shooters from all over the country to look at the guns, to shoot the guns, to just have fun.
What are some of the classic guns one might see here, even if you can't afford to buy them?
Oh, you can see guns from entry-level hardware store American guns up to the finest English, side locks.
What are some of the names of those finest?
Howland & Howland, Purdy, Voss, Wesley Richards.
Most of them are shooting smokeless powder, right?
Yes.
Do most of them reload, or are they using factory loads?
Some of the guys will reload, and they'll, if they're in the older vintage guns, they'll load to lower pressures appropriate for the gun. And then a lot of them are buying shells made specifically for that purpose. And when you're looking at an old side-by-side, some of the main things you want to check is if it's tight, if the barrels are tight to the action. Wear could cause them to be loose, and that's called off-face. And that's one thing you want to make sure it's tight. The other things is look for the condition of the bores, if they're smooth and shiny. Look for pits, look for dents in the barrels, look for loose ribs. These are all soldered together, so at times the solder joints can fail and cause ribs to come loose. Check the condition of the wood. Look for oil soaking, dark, where they can turn the wood black with oil. Look for cracks, especially around the end of the tangs, around the cheek pieces. If the gun has ejectors, check the functioning of those to make sure they work. Some guns were low quality 100 years ago, and 100 years hasn't made them any better, But if a gun's got good, just a few mechanical restorations, we can do any of that kind of stuff. Cosmetic things can always be taken care of. And you have to have a gunsmith that knows double guns. Older guns should always be inspected by somebody that's qualified and knows what they're looking at. Check the barrel wall thicknesses, make sure that everything is safe, have a good lockup, and that you shoot the appropriate pressure ammunition for the age of the gun. Lately, what a lot of is turning up is GI that brought back guns from Europe. They're passing away. Their heirs are finding these guns that they brought back in a duffel bag or something, and a lot of them are nice old German and European guns. People find things in their relatives' closets that they didn't know they had sometimes, and they'll bring it into you. From pretty much wall hangers to fine things. That's kind of what keeps it interesting. You never know what's going to come through the door. You never know what you're going to see next. There's getting to be more and more of these type of events around the country. This is probably the biggest one within 1,000 miles of this type. You could go to 100 regular gun shows, 100 regular gun shops, and never see the amount of side-by-sides you're going to see here in a weekend. One of them is quoted as saying, if I had to choose between shooting an automatic and death, he would choose death. That's how dedicated these guys are to their side-by-side.
Okay, tell me about